to you live. Can you hear me okay? Yep. All right. So for those watching on Instagram, I'm going to flip it around so you can see the right words the right way around, which means I won't have an opportunity to see the comments coming in until I actually come over and do what I call the flipperoonie. So just want you to know that I'm here, I'm watching you. Welcome, it's great to have you. Let me just do the flipperoonie here. Let's do that. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. Maybe someone could just, Mario, maybe you could just check that that Instagram is coming through okay. So I'm ready to start whenever you guys are. Let me know. Let me just get my clicker going here. Yeah, I think we're good to go. All right. Let me know when we're ready. There is a right way to remove alcohol from your life, and then there are many other ways which I submit are incredibly ineffective. And I made a lifestyle choice then. I thought I was going to quit for 30 days, and it's been, gosh, almost 16 years chosen to live alcohol-free. So today we're going to be talking about, is now the time to finally break free from alcohol? I was watching over on Instagram Live here before, and many people here presentation. Let's go over here quickly just to make sure that we've got folks here and engaged. We've got, I think it's welcome. It's so great to have you here. Over on YouTube, we've got Ishmael. Clients come to us, say, I'm stuck on a stop-start cycle. I'd like to quit drinking. I can't do it on my own. I've tried AA, or I don't want to go to AA. I've tried white-knuckling it. I've tried willpower. I've read all the books. I've gone on podcasts or listened to podcasts, and I'm still returning to the same level of drinking that inspired me to want to do something about it in the first place. And a lot of that in a second. This is a screenshot of a recent client Zoom call that we had, okay? So these are folks who have joined our community. They've kindly given me permission to share their image here, because most people, when they become a client of alcohol, I want people to feel what I'm feeling, which is freedom. You know, that's a famous line from Braveheart with Mel Gibson. He's like, freedom. That's how a lot of our clients tell us they feel when they are finally free of the grip of alcohol. Now, this isn't about quitting drinking, because that language in itself is broken. Look at this, quitting drinking. And in a little bit, I'm going to explain why this language might be keeping you stuck. This also isn't about getting sober. I know there are some folks over on Instagram Live who said that they're 2 years sober. Congratulations. Here at Alcohol Free Lifestyle, we don't use the term sober or sobriety or meetings or 12 steps or recovery or clean or surrendering to a higher power. We don't do that. Now, if you've been doing that and it's been effective for you, please keep doing it. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. But most people who come to us have already been trying to get sober, trying to go to a 12-step meeting, trying to do AA, and they hate it. And they hate it because it's ineffective, it's not fun, and it keeps them stuck. If that's not you and AA was successful, congratulations, keep doing it. I love it. But if you don't want to go to AA, you're sick of saying you're in recovery, you hate the word sober, you don't want to be practicing sobriety, and instead you want to choose to live alcohol-free, stick around. I'm going to show you why that language is so important in you finally getting the breakthrough, okay? So this is about removing a silent performance and happiness tax that high achievers have been paying for years without realizing it, okay? Because you might have been pondering quitting alcohol or going alcohol-free. Why? Well, there's got to be a reason. Because everyone is bowing down at the altar of alcohol saying, oh, wow, alcohol's so fun, it's so joyful. We create a bond with each other, it's incredible. Even Dr. Oz from the US government said just last week when they released the new dietary guidelines that alcohol is a social lubricant. I was outraged and very disappointed, I should say, that the government described alcohol as a social lubricant, because it just encourages people to continue drinking this poison in an effort to bond with people. I submit that you can bond with people without the alcohol, without the poison, and without the extra weight that you don't want, and without the irritability that you don't want, and without the marital strain that you don't want, and without all the consequences that drinking attractively packaged poison brings. That's what alcohol is, attractively packaged poison. Very pretty, very attractively packaged, but it's poison. By the way, I have a documentary coming out in 2026. I went filming it towards the end of 2025. I'll be going to Miami, Florida in the first week of February to pitch it to Netflix and Apple and Hulu. And let's see, maybe one of them bites and they want to put it on their platform. It'll be called Attractively Packaged Poison, so keep an eye out for it in 2026. All right, alcohol isn't your vice. It's your worthy opponent, and I invite you to pray for a worthy opponent. If you feel stuck from your drinking, the opponent is alcohol. And I say, yes, you have a worthy opponent, and now you get to level up to take on that opponent and ultimately defeat it. So instead of saying, oh, alcohol's so hard, it's so tough, you go, yes, finally a worthy opponent. Now I get to change, grow, stretch, and learn how to overcome this worthy opponent. Now, most of our clients at Alcohol Free Lifestyle, most of them are aged between 45 and 60. We have some folks in their late 30s, some folks in their early 70s. It's pretty much a male-female split 50-50. And most of the folks that we attract into our community and we take on as clients are executives, entrepreneurs, C-suite executives, sales leaders, especially in the medical, tech field, construction, a lot of real estate developers, a lot of real estate investors and brokers, a lot of healthcare professionals like doctors, physicians, psychologists. We have a lot of retired executives who are very wealthy and they're looking for what's next and they feel stuck. Go ahead and type in the chat for me right now. What is your profession? I would love to know. I'd love to see it. If you're out there on Instagram Live, just type in, what is your profession? If you're on Zoom, what is your profession? If you're on LinkedIn, what's your profession? If you're on YouTube, what's your profession? I would love to know exactly what it is that you do. I'm going to walk off screen here for a moment and just look on Instagram Live and just see what people are saying over here. Let me just do this. I'll bring this closer. Even if you guys, if it looks a little bit disjointed, that's okay. Excuse me, I'm going to pull out my glasses because I see much better with my Swannies glasses on. So we've got a hotels owner. We have a retired teacher. Amazing. Who else we got? What else we got? A hairstylist. Welcome. So great to have you here. Over here on Zoom, we have Julie as a retired sales executive. We've got Fred, who is a global logistics analyst. I think it's L. We have a realtor. Amazing. And we have Kim, who is a cardiology nurse. Welcome, guys. I'm so happy that you guys are here. We've got Joyce, who's a community development consultant and local government. Alex is an attorney. Yvette is a retired, I think it says REO broker. I think that's right. Josh is an accountant. Amazing. Look at you guys. Fantastic. We've got Cassie, who is an educator. Fantastic. Over here again, we've got a hotels owner. Hi there. We've got a carer. We have a car dealership owner, a client director. Wow, so you guys are all, let me just turn this around again for those watching live over here. And by the way, actually, Maria, could you just make sure that that's framed again? Could you come in here and just make sure that the Instagram live is working well? Thank you so much for sharing, guys. You guys fit the avatar that we support here at Alcohol Free Lifestyle. So I'm seeing a lot of attorneys, accountants, retirees. We've got logistics analysts. We've got real estate officer. Thank you for explaining, I think it's Yvette, what REO stands for, real estate officer. Appreciate that. So you guys are in the right place, okay? You guys are definitely in the right place. And if you do ponder becoming one of our clients, that is the demographic of folks that we support. By the way, how old are you guys as well? Over on Zoom, would you please just, if you feel comfortable doing so, of course, would you share your age for me? Because I'd love to know, because as I was showing here before, most clients are kind of in the 44 to 60-year-old range. So I'd love to know that. What do you got? Alex is 46. Yes. We've got Julie is 65. Kim 67. L 64. I think it's Charisse is 59. Josh is 40. Exactly. So you guys are in the right place, okay? That's who we support, and I'm going to tell you why that's important. Now, that doesn't mean that if you're not in that age group that I referenced, whoops, sorry, let me just go back here. I'm sorry, there we go. If you're outside of that range group, it doesn't mean that we can't support you, but if you're in that group, mostly, and you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, that's who we are the most effective people for. That's where we do the best work. And the reason is, and I'm going to elaborate on this in a second, the reason is that when you are in a like-minded community, not a community where you're hanging out with a teenager or 20-something who's going to nightclubs, but a like-minded community, people who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, or even 70s, just like you, who are educated, intelligent, share common values, that's when change becomes probable. Not just possible, but probable. So the community that you are in has more to do with you successfully removing alcohol than the strategy for how to remove alcohol. It's who you do it with. It doesn't as much matter how as it does who. Scientific study which showed a 98% reduction in drinking amongst our participants. Part of the reason, most of the reason for that is because we've put like-minded people together. Smart, intelligent, similar age group, okay? Now, common traits, I just referenced some of those of our clients. They're intelligent, successful, driven. They're in control of most areas of their life except for alcohol. They're hiding drinking from their spouse. They can perform publicly, but they're suffering privately. They've tried everything, books, Lent, moderation, willpower. They're scared of the regret, they're tired of the shame, and they want to leave a legacy that they're proud of. Over on Zoom, I'm going to be talking to you guys over on Zoom mostly today. Which of these can you relate to? Go ahead. In most areas of your life except alcohol, are you hiding drinking from your spouse? If you feel comfortable to share, go ahead and type in the chat. The regret, like just look at this list and something that resonates with you, go ahead and share. Julie, thank you. Tired of the shame. Over on Zoom, I won't reference your surnames just to keep you private, but I will reference your first name if that's okay with you guys, because I appreciate that not everyone wants to have their name shared out publicly, so I'll just reference your first name. Fred, thank you. We've got Julie and Fred. Joyce wants to leave a legacy that is truly me. Beautiful, Joyce. And Yvette, is it Yvette or Yvetta? Got to make sure I get it right. Guilt. Wow, yes. Thank you. Hey, Billy, over in Ireland, aged 58. Welcome. Great to have you here. Kim says, all of this speaks to me. Josh says, getting back to being fit. Yes, amazing. All right. Loss of trust, blackouts, brain fog, poor sleep, panic attacks, emotional instability, career underperformance, health scares, self-hate after drinking, stop-start cycle has them stuck. I'm so sorry. Over on Zoom, which of these can you relate to? Go ahead and type that in the chat. And by the way, participation is one of the first steps in getting the breakthrough. So the more that you are willing to comment in the chats here, the more that you're taking just living alcohol-free and finally being free of alcohol's grip. So I just want to commend you for commenting and participating. I know it might seem like a huge thing towards you finally getting the breakthrough. So Kim says the brain fog, the anxiety, the health scares. Thank you. I think it is, and I'm so sorry, I'm going to just go over here. I want to make sure I'm getting your name correctly. So I'm just going to go over here for a second. I think we've got Kim, Dory, is it Dory? And L, anxiety, depression, brain fog. If I'm mispronouncing your names, I apologize. Maria, maybe you could come in here and just tell me what their names are, because it's a little bit foggy and I want to make sure that I get it right. Joyce is saying self-hate after drinking, brain fog, and poor sleep. Wow, yeah. Anxiety, depression, brain fog. Brain fog says, I think it's Charlize, says brain fog and health decline. Guys, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for being brave and sharing. I really appreciate that. And do you see that there is a pattern there? Beautiful. Right there is fantastic for me. Thank you so much. The way it is there on the right is great. Okay, great. So now I can see L, Joyce, Charisse, Fred, Joshua says isolation and health. Amazing. All right. Now, what are your desires? Like, why do you want to remove alcohol the right way using neuroscience? Like, why? Like, what is the why you want to finally be free of alcohol? Some of the desires our clients tell us are they want permanent control without having to go to an AA meeting and without having to white knuckle it. Plus, they want to be the best version of themselves. They want to restore intimacy and connection, health, family, and freedom. Go ahead and type in the chat. What do you want? What of these desires do you want? Josh says pride and thriving health. Glorious. In a moment from now, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to schedule a call and talk with one of my amazing coaches if you would like to explore potentially joining our community and experiencing all of this. My amazing assistant, Maria, will soon drop a link in the chat. If you would like to have a private, confidential conversation with someone from our team at Alcohol Free Lifestyle to see if it makes sense for you, for us to support you in a professional sense. But if it makes sense for you, there's an opportunity for you to schedule a call with someone on our team and we can see if this is the right fit for you, okay? So Yvette says she wants to improve self. Down below, if at any stage during the next hour you would like to have a private and confidential conversation with someone on my team, we have Oscar, we have Jeff, we have Nashaya, we have Sam, we have Stephanie, we have amazing people who work for us over at Alcohol Free Lifestyle. You can click on that link. Mario, if you could just, before you drop the link, just say in there, speak with us or book a call, and then put colon and then put the link. Down there is where you guys can schedule a call, okay? So we're here to support you if indeed some of you or all of you would like some additional support. My phone is ringing. Mario, could you please come back and maybe just turn off my phone or shut that off for a moment, please? You know what? I'll just come over here and do it. Excuse me. All right. If you could just turn this back to me, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. And also, could you please grab me a water, please? Sure. Thank you very much. All right, guys. So look, here's the problem with alcohol. The problem with alcohol is that it makes you do things that you don't want to do. Who agrees with me? Who agrees that the problem with alcohol is it makes you do things you don't want to do? You say the wrong thing to your husband or wife. You're not present with your kids. You snap at your kids. You're foggy. You're irritable. You make poor strategic choices. You don't take that decision. You procrastinate. Sometimes, in horrific situations, you drive drunk, you crash the car, you hurt someone, or worse, you kill someone. That's the problem with alcohol. It makes you do things you don't want to do. So I am in the business of making sure you don't do that, okay? And most people are quitting alcohol, or at least attempting to quit alcohol, the wrong way. And the wrong way is complicated, it's dangerous, it's full of landmines, it's easy to mess up, it's costly if you do it wrong, and it's impossible to do it yourself. If you could have done it yourself, you would have. You haven't, so in all likelihood, you can't. Now, some folks who are watching over on Instagram Live have done that successfully. They're 2 years sober, they're 5 years. If you're here and you've taken the time to spend 90 minutes on this call with me, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, I really admire and acknowledge you for wanting to make a change. But third, if you're here on this call, joining this call, watching this, you've probably tried repeatedly to finally break free from alcohol and you haven't been able to. I get it. And it's tough and you feel frustrated because you're successful. Maybe you're a CEO, executive, attorney, lawyer, maybe you run a business. You're smart, but you don't feel smart as it relates to alcohol because it still has this power over you. And I submit it's because you are trying to quit alcohol the wrong way, ineffective. And we're going to be talking about the effective way. Now, if you don't fix this, excuse me, I'm going to have a sip of water. Please excuse me. If you do not fix this now, okay, if you let this go on, what will probably happen, and I can say this with conviction because I've been supporting people to remove alcohol since 2015, almost 10 years. Probably you will have declining health. The likelihood of divorce will increase significantly. You'll continue to not be present with your kids. You'll experience more shame, increasing guilt. Financially, this may cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm going to show you, we're going to do a calculation in just a moment where everyone here watching live is going to learn how much their drinking habits is costing them financially. And if you don't fix this now, then you will be and regretful in your final years of life. That doesn't sound very pleasant. What are you most worried about here on the list? Actually, go ahead and type in the chat. Of this list, what are you most concerned about? Is it health, divorce, relationship with kids, shame, guilt, financial cost, resentment, and feeling regretful in the final years of life? Let's go ahead and see some of the chats over here on Zoom. What are you most concerned about? Julie says health. What type of health? Julie, tell me a little bit more. Is it high blood pressure? Is it increased likelihood of getting dementia, some kind of mental challenge? Is it being overweight and losing your self-confidence? Go ahead and chat. Fatty liver, says Julie. Well, I've got good news, Julie. We've had hundreds of clients who've come to us with a fatty liver, and within 90 days, they go through our 90-day stop drinking process. All of those problems, at the very least, reduce significantly, and in many cases, over time, more than 90 days, that problem has gone away, okay? Josh says being overweight. Yes, I'm going to show you a photo a little bit later on of some people who came through our 90-day stop drinking process, which is called Project 90. I'm going to show you their before photo and their after photo. In fact, I'm going to show you my before photo. I didn't always look like this. I looked a lot heavier, a lot puffier, a lot unhealthier. I'm going to show you my before and after photo in just a moment. Joyce says health. Joyce says health, both mental and physical, and also longevity, so that I can be with my awesome kids and grandkids. Yes. For girl named Isabella. She's about 38 days today. I better get it right. 38 or 39 days. Love being a dad. I'm so present with her. So present to be able to support my amazing wife, Laura, in part because I've been alcohol-free, because I've been living this glorious health, wealth, love, and happiness life since 2010, when I finally removed alcohol the right way. And since 2015, I've been supporting folks like you to remove alcohol through our program here. What do we got here? Let's have a look. Fred says lost opportunities and says congrats. I'm assuming that the congrats is to do with my baby. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Kim says 2 adult children and a 7-year-old granddaughter. Amazing. Alex has an Isabella who's now 16. Goes quick. The name threatening. You need life-threatening surgery. Worse scenario. The doctor says about your child, adult or young. We must perform life-saving surgery on your child right now. This is a matter of life and death. Would you say, you know what, can we schedule that for April? Because I got this trip coming up, you know, the Super Bowl's coming up, and, you know, I got a few things on. No, you would say, oh my God, yes, now. And yet many of us, at times, this intervention around our alcohol. Right now, we're not present with our kids. We've got high blood pressure, where our brain is being compromised by consuming alcohol. Our relationships are strained. We're losing out on opportunities. We're spending more money than we should. We're not making as much money as we could because of alcohol, and yet we're saying, I'll do it next year. It's a little bit too hard. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try AA. Maybe I'll read a book. Maybe I'll do moderation. Maybe I'll do dry January. Many of us are walking around just going, well, maybe I should quit, maybe I shouldn't. I'll do it next year, or it's too hard. Life-threatening surgery. For those of you who would like life-threatening surgery, life-saving surgery, I should say, and you know that you can't do it on your own, and you'd like to explore getting support from our amazing coaches at Alcohol Free Lifestyle, Maria's about to drop a link in the chat. 5, Alex is 46. Okay, so let's look at that for a second. Joyce is 68. Joyce, at least according to the average age of someone in the United States, maybe you've got 10 years left. That's frightening. Only 10 years left. How are you going to choose to spend those remaining 10 years? And by the way, I don't want you to only have 10 more years. I want you to have 20 or 30. And that is possible when you remove alcohol the right way, because it opens up health, wealth, love, happiness, connection, all these other glorious things. And I submit that if you're on this call, you don't consider yourself average, but you're behaving in an average way right now by allowing alcohol to stay a problem in your life. I'm here to help you change that. Can we please scroll up and look at some of those other ages, please? I don't want to just pick on Joyce. And by the way, Joyce, I hope you don't feel like I'm picking on you. I'm here to support. If we could scroll on the chats, please, so I could see the ages of some of those other folks that I read out before. Yeah, scroll up, please. Keep going, please. Keep going, please. Thank you very much. Keep going. Okay, great. There we go. Yvette, 60, 18 years. How do you want to spend the remaining 18 years? Josh, 40. How do you want to spend the next 38 years? Charisse, 59. How do you want to spend the next 20 years? Elle, 54. How do you want to spend the next 24 years? Kim, 67. How do you want to spend the next 11 years? Alex, 46. How do you want to spend the next 32 years? And on it goes, right? This is a frightening number. This is a wake-up call for all of us. Now, modern medicine means we're living longer. There's lots of longevity things that are coming out now. Hopefully, you guys don't consider yourself average. Hopefully, you guys think of yourselves as better than average, even though you're allowing average into your life right now because of your drinking. So we want to live older. We think we're going to live older, but are we going to have a quality life? Or are we going to have shame, regret, have our adult kids not reach out to us, we're reaching out to them the whole time, begging for their attention, begging for some correspondence? When you go alcohol-free, communication improves, connection increases, relationships with families heal, improve, blossom. How do you want to live your remaining years? Shame, regret, fogginess, irritability, feeling stuck on a stop-start cycle? Or do you want to feel what I've been feeling since 2010? Health, wealth, love, happiness, energy, connection. It doesn't mean always it's sunshine and rainbows, but it means most of the time it's sunshine and rainbows. Doesn't mean that life is not going to throw you a curveball, but it means when the curveball is thrown, you now have the tools on how to handle that curveball. And we're going to be talking about that in today's presentation. You can scroll down to the bottom a little bit for me. So I submit there that you have two paths. You can choose, and by the way, it's a choice. You are not a victim of alcohol. You are choosing your relationship with alcohol, okay? And I'm going to empower you to make a better choice than what you've been making. Please do not believe this surrender. I must surrender to a higher power. I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic. No, 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 no. We don't do that at Alcohol-Free Lifestyle. There's no surrendering to a higher power. You're not powerless over some disease, as they make you say at AA. You are powerful. I'm here to empower you, to call you to a higher power. Not surrender to a higher power and say I'm powerless. You're not powerless, you're powerful. So you're going to choose to be powerful and live your final years with joy, fulfillment, laughter, and adventure, or you're going to have your final years staying stuck in the same with pain, regret, and shame. It is a free world. Do you. You do you. Whatever you choose. But if you're on this call, then I contend that you want this. By the way, big alcohol has already come for you. It's going to keep coming for you. And it's fighting tooth and nail to keep you hooked. And when I say big alcohol, I'm referring to Budweiser, Coors, Jack Daniels, the alcohol lobbyists, the alcohol industry as a whole. They want to keep you hooked. There was a Gallup poll that came out 4 months ago which showed that only 54% of Americans now consume alcohol. That is the lowest in the 90 years that they've been doing that poll. And big alcohol is terrified. Their sales have been plummeting. And now they're fighting back with clever marketing by getting celebrities. You've got Ryan Reynolds, you've got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, you've got George Clooney, you've got all these celebrities, you've got tequila brands, gin brands. It's outrageous. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that for a moment. But big alcohol has already come for you. It's going to keep coming for you, and it's fighting tooth and nail to keep you hooked. What are you going to do about it? Oh, geez, yeah, quitting drinking is really hard, but everyone's doing it. Oh, I've got these networking things. I'm lonely. I'm isolated. The alcohol's a comfort for me. I've heard this a million times, and I get it, and I understand that that's your belief. I'm in the game of changing beliefs. Stick around. I'm going to help you change your belief. And by the way, again, if you'd like to figure out the system, get support with the system at any time, consider becoming one of our clients, book a call. Go ahead and put the link in the chat there for me, please, Maria. If you want our support, if you want our help, if you want to learn the process, if you want to just have a candid, no obligation conversation to learn about our process, go ahead and book a call. Maria's going to drop the link there. Okay. Now, isn't it now the time to fight back the right way? Remember I said that it doesn't want you to break up with it. It wants you to stay in this, it wants you to stay in this toxic relationship. I say, yes, alcohol, bring it on. I'm ready to fight you. Willpower, I've got to go to an AA meeting. Maybe I need to go to rehab. Maybe I'll do this dry January, sober October. I'll get motivated. This time I'll do it. If those methodologies could have worked, they would have. They haven't, so they can't. There's a right way. We're going to be talking about that. Now, by the way, should you join us at Alcohol Free Lifestyle, you do not have to quit drinking forever. We don't make you say you're going to quit drinking forever. You don't sign a document that declares I'm going to quit drinking forever. You don't have this big monumental day where you go, that's it, I'm done, never again. No. But if you work with us, you must commit to removing alcohol the right way for at least 90 days. If I've done my job correctly, if I am effective at what I do, if I'm not just some snake oil salesman standing in front of a camera in a fancy studio and just making all these promises but don't deliver, but if I do deliver, my goal, if I'm any good at what I do, if my coaches are any good at what we do, then you will get to day 90 and go, oh, this is amazing. I love this. I want to keep going. Now, you don't have to keep going. You can return to some level of drinking. You can do moderation. But what we do is we help rewire your mindset over the course of 90 days with like-minded accountability, fun, neuroscience, coaching, New York Times bestselling authors we bring in for you guys. We have former Olympic athletes. We've got a former NFL player. We've got all these amazing Cambridge, Harvard professors who understand addiction, who understand behavioral psychology. We're going to come in here and we're going to teach you and show you and lovingly support you for at least 90 days to remove alcohol the right way. And on day 90, my promise to you is that you're going to be going, I love this so much, I'm going to keep going. But you don't have to. You don't have to promise that. You don't have to sign an agreement. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and like, oh, I can't possibly promise that I'm never going to drink again, because you probably don't even believe that, it's okay. But can you get to at least 90 days with our help? If so, book a call. Maria's put a link in the chat there that says speak with us, and there's a link down there. If you're watching over on Instagram and you'd like to get that link, if you go to, send me a DM actually. Go to the DM and say, I'd like to book a call if you're watching over on Instagram. And at the end of this, I will send you the link, and we'll send that link to you, okay? And by the way, over here on Zoom, anyone does in fact book the call while we're on this call, and I'll make sure that I notify my team to give you special attention and to give you a little bit of extra care. and love when we're speaking with you, okay? I really want to. Julie says booked. There you go. Incredible. Maria, can you get Julie's details and just make sure you let our team know that Julie was on the call and that whoever, can you find out who she's booked with actually, so then I can then reach out to the lovely man or woman on our team who's going to speak with Julie, and I'll also. Alex says booked. Amazing. Look at that. People taking action already. Congratulations, Alex. Congratulations, Julie. Great job taking action. If you're on the fence, I invite you to get off the fence, because the problem with sitting on the fence is that you get a sore bum. Should I, shouldn't I? Should I talk to them? Should I not? I get that it feels scary. That's the feeling that you get right before it feels really good. Congratulations, Josh. Joshua says booked it. Great job, Joshua. People taking action. I love this. The problem with sitting on the fence, should I, shouldn't I? Your backside starts to hurt. Here's me doing an impersonation of a deer crossing the road. Then there's the traffic light, or there's the light of the car. What does the deer do? Freezes. Deer in the headlights, freezes. This is me, like a deer in a headlight, just for comic value. Is this good, or is this laughable, or is this just weird now? This is me, the deer in the headlights. What happens to the deer in the headlight? It's and what happens to the deer? It gets hit by the car and it ends up as roadkill. Right now, for those of you watching who are sitting on the fence, or you are the deer in headlights, afraid to take that step, don't know whether to go back, don't know whether to do AA, not sure, you know what, drink, you're the deer in headlights. And whether it's today or next week or next month or next year or in a decade, which would be worse, you'll end up as roadkill. A life of shattered dreams, fogginess, distraction, irritability. We don't want that for you. So please, whatever you do, take action. I'm inviting you to book a consult with us, but even if you do not, even if you choose to take another action, take an action. Do not be the deer in headlights that gets destroyed. Okay? No more white knuckling it, guys. No more white knuckling it. These are, let me just go back here. This is what we don't want. And this is probably what you've been doing and how you've been feeling. Here are ineffective methods which have been proven. Willpower. Do it, and you got all your friends and family in the corner going, you're going to do it this time. We got you. Motivation is important. Completely ineffective. Anyone else want to share what they've tried, which has been ineffective? Julie's tried willpower. Kim's tried willpower. Joe's tried willpower. Look at the pattern there of willpower. This is willpower. I'm going to do it this time. Ineffective. Here are the effective ways. Effective. Take a screenshot. Pull out your iPhones or your Androids. Take a photo of this right now. Make it your screensaver on your phone. This is what will have you successfully remove alcohol. It's right here. It's general, and I'm going to give you specifics and practical tips in a moment, right? But this is the 5-pillar formula. If you just do this, you will remove alcohol. I'm going to explain it. Okay? Coaching. You tell me an Olympic gold medalist who went to the Olympics and won a gold medal and didn't have a coach. Doesn't exist. Everybody, in my humble opinion, would benefit from coaching. A coach sets you on that path. When you go off the path, the coach brings you back, shows you where you're doing things slightly ineffective, encourage a free lifestyle. A like-minded community. Notice here I didn't just put community, because a community is an AA meeting or rehab, but you guys don't want to go there. Why the hell would you want to go there? You can't relate to people. But a like-minded community, if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s, and you're an attorney, you're a doctor, you're a smart realtor or an investor, you're a business owner, you're an executive, you're a retiree, you want to hang out with those people, with other people. Tomorrow, I'm going to Mexico. I'm actually going to Punta Vallarta, to the Four Seasons, for a who have been friends of mine for 13 years. I've been in that group for 13 years, yeah. I think I joined in 2013, yeah. That's a like. I was 37. There are guys in that group who are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. So I've got people who are younger than me, similar age, slightly older than me. I love that community. It's the only thing that would drag me away from my 38-day-old daughter. And instead of me going for the 5 days that it is, I'm going for the 3 because of that. But I'm going because that like-minded community, I always grow. I'm going to learn things about how to be a better father to my daughter, how to be a better husband to my wife, how to be a better boss to my staff, how to be a better coach for all of you. That's what I learn when I'm in a like-minded community. That's what appropriate accountability. Same thing. Accountability is your wife or husband going, you can do it, I'll hold you accountable. How effective has that been for you? Completely ineffective. But appropriate accountability, which is accountability from your coach or coaches, like we have at AFL, or your community, other people going through the same challenges as you, that accountability, that's effective. Fun. This should be fun. Why so serious? Everyone watched that Batman movie, and the Joker, played by the late Heath Ledger's walking around. It's like, why so serious? We're all so serious about this. Oh, I've got to quit. I need to quit. I have to quit drinking. This is destroying my life. And then you go to an AA meeting, and you're like navel gazing. You're just sitting there going, oh, yeah, I've made so many mistakes. I've done all this kind of stuff. That's not fun. That's miserable. And misery is what is keeping you stuck with your alcohol. Here, we make it as fun as possible. Now, I appreciate that quitting drinking doesn't seem like fun subject matter. But at Alcohol-Free Lifestyle, when you become a client of ours, we will make it as fun as it can be. We connect you to other members. We actually do play fun games on virtual Zoom calls, right? But the fun is making fun of ourselves. It's not like, oh, I made this mistake, I did this. No, that will keep you stuck, lamenting the past. We want to be loving the future. Skin in the game. You must have skin in the game. Now, that is your time. That is the price of admission, the investment, the cost. You've got to have skin in the game. And the skin in the game, for many of you, is the price of admission. It's paying to get coaching, because when you pay attention. For some of you, it's the time commitment, because if you're going to come and learn how to remove alcohol, then you're not spending that time on doing other things, right? That's skin in the game. It's a symbol of seriousness. When you become a client, you invest your time, you invest your money, you sacrifice doing other things in order to come over here and learn this thing, which hopefully will lead to a massive, incredible, positive breakthrough. Almost always it will. I can tell you that anecdotally, because I've coached 7,000 people now since 2015, and we coach 1,200 clients every year, scientifically proven by the University of Washington to reduce drinking by 98%. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment, okay? But this is the formula. You guys can just click off Zoom, go away off Instagram Live now and go, you know what, I got enough. Just take this screenshot. That's all you need. That's what will get you your breakthrough. Coaching, logical, intelligent neuroscience, like-minded community, appropriate accountability, having it feel fun, and having skin in the game. That's it, guys. That's all it's ever been. Now, I'm going to walk you through practical steps on this in just a moment, but generally, that's it. Project 90 is the name of our flagship 90-day stop drinking process. Everything that I just showed you on this screen, we have you experience inside Project 90 as a client of ours on this screen. Coaching, like-minded community, appropriate accountability, fun, skin in the game. If you'd like to learn more, see if this in this call, you might not be able to see that, but there's 97 participants. There you go. 97 people joined this call. These are all happy clients, happy to share their photo, all loving living alcohol-free, all learning everything they need to know. In fact, you can see on the date here, this was Thanksgiving 2024, so it was actually a year and a few months ago. But this is a photo or a screenshot of one of our Zoom calls. alcohol-free. 97 participants. Look at these smiling faces. Happy people. Because this is Professor David Bellin. He's a professor of behavioral neuroscience over at Cambridge University. He came on to that call. I invited him to come on and be a guest speaker, and he came and talked to us about psychology. It was so fun, so interesting. That's the caliber of people that we make available to our clients. This is our website, Alcohol Free Lifestyle. Here's our coach, Terry Patterson, David Jilks, Victoria English, Juliana Mendoza. These are the coaches that will be supporting you if indeed you join our community. Okay, wonderful people. All of them in another life had alcohol challenges. All of them were able to overcome those alcohol challenges using the same neuroscience that we will walk you through if you become a client of ours. This is Sheila. She's 4 years alcohol-free. This is not just 90 days, you quit drinking, then you go off and then you're on your own. Sheila's been with us for 4 years. She loves it. She's a day trader. She lives between Seattle and San Diego. Her and her husband just drove from Seattle to San Diego. They're now going to experiment living on a boat for the next 30 days. She's a wonderful, wonderful woman. She had a breakthrough. She was 55 pounds heavier than this photo when she was drinking, miserable, heading for divorce. She came and joined our Project 90 process 2019, I think it was. Still alcohol-free today, lost 55 pounds, has a beautiful relationship with her husband. She and her husband are coming down to our annual retreat for our clients in February. She's happy. This is Jeff. He's an anesthesiologist. Came to us 18 months ago, drinking, overweight, unhappy, marital strain. He'd been trying for years. He went to AA meetings. He was stuck. He came over here, joined our using AA for like months, then she'd return, then she'd stop stuff. She came and joined us in 2019. She went through this neuroscience process. She's been with us for 4 or 5 years. Alcohol-free, loves life, raises money for charity. She's now writing a book about her experience being a victim of that shooting and now being alcohol-free. And most importantly, she's got a great connection with her kids. Her daughter just gave birth to a daughter, so now she became a recent grandmother. If you guys want to learn more about this, you can go over to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/Karen, or you can go alcoholfreelifestyle.com/Jeff, or alcoholfreelifestyle.com/Sheila, and you can watch them talk about their experience. This is Evan Melcher. He's a financial advisor out of Atlanta, Georgia. He joined us in 2021, still alcohol-free. He was on 5 different prescription medications. He had high blood pressure, and he was taking blood pressure medication. He was poor sleep, was taking sleep medication. He had acid reflux, he had depression, and there was one other thing. High blood pressure, what was it? High blood pressure. Oh, I can't remember what the other one was, sorry. But anyway, he was on 5 different prescription medications, overweight, marital strain, not being present with his 2 kids. His wife, Jennifer, is a veterinarian. They were headed for a divorce, marital strain, not happy. He came and joined us, went through our Project 90 Stop Drinking process, got alcohol. Go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/Evan. I'm sure you could reach out to him and send him a DM in the LinkedIn's as well. Very, very, very happy. Often seeing photos of his kids. He came over to London a couple summers ago to watch the Atlanta Falcons in that year's London NFL game. I happened to be there at the time. I met up with him for dinner with another former client of ours called Christian, who's also living alcohol-free. This is what you can experience when you finally break free from alcohol, not just for 90 days, but for many years. And these folks thought they were going to come in and quit for 90 days, and they ended up loving it so much that they've been alcohol-free for 4 or 5 years. That is what is awaiting you. If this speaks to you and you want these same benefits, go ahead and book a call. Maria's just dropped a link in the chat. Please drop it over on YouTube. Please drop it over on LinkedIn if you can. Please drop it over on Facebook as well. If you can go into Facebook and drop the link, please, Maria, that would be amazing. Evan, incidentally, estimates that he saved 5 million heartbeats from quitting drinking with us. So when he came to us, his heart rate was going like this. Now, by the way, that's too fast. His heart from drinking alcohol, eating crap food, stress, anxiety, not sleeping well. He was tracking his heart rate and his heartbeat with this Oura ring. We tracked it for 3 months leading up to joining us at Project 90, and then he tracked it for the next year after he quit drinking alcohol through Project 90. He figured out that he saved 5 million heartbeats. His heartbeat went from to something more like this. That's what will happen to you when you remove alcohol. Here's Steve Aguirre, 2.5 years without alcohol. He lost 63 pounds. Crazy. If you want to see his before and after photo, go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/reviews. It'll take you over to our Google reviews page where some of our most successful clients have very kindly said nice glowing things about me and about our organization. If you scroll down there, you will find a before and after photo of Steve. You will be shocked at what 63 pounds of fat loss looks like. Look when he wrote this, August 22nd, 2022. He joined us in 2019, just before the pandemic. He's still alcohol-free. So this isn't like a 90-day stop drinking and then you're stuck and you're using willpower and then you return to drinking. These folks love it so much, they stay alcohol-free and they're loving life. If you'd like to speak with us about that, book a call. These are just some stock photos I took from the internet just to kind of illustrate how you might feel if you're alcohol-free. I referenced before a study, a scientific study. In 2023, the University of Washington and the University of Florida did a scientific study on our 90-day stop drinking process. They heard stories about it. There was some press that was written about it. They came in and said, we're going to test this. We want to see whether, you guys are full of BS or whether this is actually working. 98% reduction in drinking amongst the study participants. If you'd like to read the study, it's a white paper / tech report. You can go over to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/study. That will show you how the study was designed, what the results were. I don't think there's ever been anyone who's ever accused us of being a scam. There's been many people who've accused us of being a scam, but no one who's actually gone through the process. Type in that, I feel supremely confident that there's nothing exists out there in the online world where anyone says this guy's full of BS. If there is, let me know though. I'd like to see what it is, what they say. But to my knowledge, nothing. That's because we at Alcohol Free Lifestyle live in integrity. Our word is our bond. We respect privacy. An alcohol-free lifestyle is not just being alcohol-free. An alcohol-free lifestyle is saying what you mean, doing what you promise, living a life of integrity, and that is what we aspire to be here at Alcohol Free Lifestyle, and that is what we invite our clients to be as well, to embody those values. You want a piece of, like you want to be in integrity, you want to stop breaking your word, you want to overcome procrastination, you want to be a man and woman of your word, go ahead and book a call. We'll see if it's for you. There's a link down there where you can speak with us. We were mentioned in Forbes, Fast Company, Psychology Today, GQ. I'm especially proud of the fact that Psychology Today did an article about us, actually. That was really cool because, sometimes you can even buy media in Forbes and Fast Company and all these kind of things, but Psychology Today came and did an article on us, and I'm really proud of that. So, some of the potential benefits. You can scale your business, have outstanding relationships, create deep impact, create an amazing connected family, build a legacy, feel better, look better, perform better. Again, this is worth repeating. I know I am repeating myself, but these are some of the ineffective methods, okay? AA has a reported less than 7% success rate. Treatment centers, less than 5%. Willpower, white knuckling it, the worst. I don't even want to talk about it. It's so ineffective. Motivation, ineffective. Citizens want to do, they want to break out of prison, which is why on day 30 or day 31, what do? You celebrate with a drink. What was the point of that in the first place? They're ineffective long term. And then moderation, unless you have done 90 days alcohol-free the right way, moderation is ineffective. You've probably said, I'll only drink on weekends, I'll only drink on special occasions, as if drinking is worthy of being referred to as a special occasion. I submit the special occasion is every day that you love living alcohol-free with freedom, and you sleep great, and you look great, and you got self-confidence, and your wife says she loves you, and you tell your husband that you love him, and your children call you instead of you having to call them. Who here gets frustrated that their adult children don't call them to check in, that you're doing the reach out? Maybe it's because of your drinking. So our process here is aspirational, entirely virtual. You do not have to drive to a meeting. It's all done on Zoom calls. It's positive, appropriate accountability, and you get the coaching. Okay, that's the process. It takes you being. I promise you we were going to do this calculation to see how much your drinking is actually costing you financially. We're going to do that in just a moment. Get a pen and paper ready. We're going to figure this out. But just to show these methodologies, stigmatized language like recovery, clean, surrender to a higher power, 12 steps, we don't do that. Positive language we use. Belief in a higher power, like you have to do in AA, I believe in this higher power, surrender. No. We're using neuroscience, logic. Instead of being powerless, we're inspiring empowerment. You're powerful. Instead of lamenting the past, we're creating the future. Instead of moving away from pain, we're creating a compelling future. It's just got cut off a little bit down there at the bottom. Here are some photos of some of our clients together. This is in Medellin, Colombia. We all went down there for an event about 3 years ago, got together, had a lot of fun. I mentioned before some before and after photos. This is John Keltner. Look at his before photo. Whoo, big boy. He had to get smaller glasses to fit his new, slimmer face. That's how much weight he lost as a result of being alcohol-free. He wasn't present with his then teenage son. He joined us in Project 90 in December of 2018, became alcohol-free, still alcohol-free. He then ended up coaching his son's school basketball team. His son's now 20. He plays golf with him. Great connected relationship. When he was a drinker, it was not connected. He was drifting. They were drifting apart. This is Jessica Gaines, Kentucky. She quit drinking with us in 2019. She said that she didn't necessarily generate more real estate clients, but the quality of her real estate clients was so much better. She started turning potential clients away because there wasn't an energetic fit, whereas before she felt desperate to take any client. Anyone felt like that before? I know there were a couple of realtors here or real estate folks here who might resonate. By the way, if you want to go and check out Jessica's story, go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/Jessica. Or if you're in the real estate game, you can go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/real estate. And there'll be like a segment of some people who are in the realty business. This is her living alcohol-free, loving life. This is her dancing on the beach in Venice Beach. This is her giving me a hug. We had an event in 2019 just before, actually it was about 8 months before the pandemic hit. And she was thanking me and dancing and loving life, okay? So just before I tell you a little bit more about me, actually, no, let me just tell you a little bit about me first. Then we'll do that calculation. Who here is ready to do the calculation to figure out exactly how much your drinking habits are costing you financially? Let me just head over here and just take a few comments. So far, go ahead and type in the chat. Let me know. Let me have a look over here on Instagram. Drinking is costing you. Grab a pen and paper. We're about to do an exercise which will show you how much it is actually costing you, and it might be pretty frightening. Hey Julesy, hey Anna Pirana, hey Shane, hey Marianne, hey Frederick, Felicity, Kate, James, Eustace, Vanessa, Karen, Danielle, Chelsea, Kristen Foy, Nancy, Cherie, Laura, Sarah Smith, Astrid, J Fit, Brian, Swordfish Bean, Nick, Chris, Jessica and Lizzie. I see all of you guys here. Amazing. Just wanted to let you guys know that I'm still here and I'm seeing you. All right, grab a pen and paper. We're going to do this exercise. You guys ready? If you're ready, just go ahead and type ready, because I want to make sure that you guys are still here, you're still engaged, you're still watching over on Zoom land. Type in the word ready, and we will rock and roll. Scott, welcome. We got Scott who's joined the call. Scott's ready. Kim is ready. Charisse is ready. Fred is ready. I know you guys are. Jones ready. I know you guys are ready, but this is going to be pretty scary. You're going to find out how much your drinking is costing you. Are you sure you're ready? Joshua's ready with an exclamation mark. Look at that, overachiever. Are you sure you're ready? Because this might be scary. All right, grab a pen and paper. Here we go. With your drinking habits the way they are, the way they've been, and now you feel like a 6 out of 10. You're not rock bottom, but you're kind of like operating at a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. how much income do you generate? Or if you own a business, how much revenue do you generate? So with you feeling like a 5 or a 6 out of 10, the drinking habits you've had, you're irritable, you're foggy, you're stressed, you're not sleeping great, you don't make a strategic decision, you don't get that promotion, you're not performing in your job, you don't get the compensation, you don't get the commission, you're just blah, you're average compared to your potential, right? How much do you make a year? Just write that number down. I'm not going to ask you to share publicly, unless you want to, of course. Business revenue, just pick one or the other, with you living life at a 5 or a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Okay, you got that number? Just write it down. Okay, now I want you to imagine that you have been living alcohol-free for many months. Let's say at least 6 months, maybe even a year. Now you've got clarity, you've got focus, you've got energy, you're sleeping better, you've got more self-confidence. You make that additional sales call at the end of the day. You do a better deal. You hire someone, you fire someone, you outsource something, you start that business. You think clearer, you make better strategic choices. You make more compensation, you make better commissions, you make more sales, you go for that job promotion, you get the promotion. And now you're living life at like an 8 or a 9 out of 10. You're feeling energized, you're clear, you're feeling good. How much money for 6 to 12 months? How much business revenue could you generate if you were feeling like that? Down. Write down the number that you could make or business revenue if you were living alcohol-free for many months with clarity, focus, energy, strategy, good sleep, rest. Go ahead and write that number down. So you should have two numbers there. The amount of money that you currently make or have been making in personal income or business revenue, feeling like a 5 or a 6 out of 10 because you're drinking. And then another number, which is how much you could make if you were living alcohol-free, okay? And then I'll invite you to share, if you would, some of the responses over on YouTube and Facebook. So let's have a look here. If you could scroll down on the Zoom chats for me, please. Let's see some of the answers here, if you've done the mathematical equation. Over on Zoom, please. If you could give me the Zoom comments, that'd be amazing. All right, Kim says $10,000. So the difference between what Kim is currently making and what she could make is $10,000, okay? Now note, that's not what Kim spends on alcohol. That's what she's not making. Anyone else who's watching, 10,000 divided by 365, can you just type in the number? What is the answer? 279? Okay. So every day that Kim chooses to drink is costing her, wait, 10,000 divided, Maria, can you just come out here for me, please? Excuse me, everyone. You know what? I'm just going to grab, I'm going to do it over here. Okay. Let's just do it over here, calculator. Did I accidentally? Not including what Kim spends on drinking. And Kim, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm not here to pick on you. Share this because this supports everyone who's watching. Not just here on Zoom, but on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So thank you. Appreciate you. All right, Alex here says $150,000 is the difference between what Alex currently makes and what he could make if he was alcohol-free. Someone tell me what is $150,000 65 days. Either Josh or Maria, could you put that number in for me, please? That'd be amazing. What is $150,000 divided by 365? Because we're looking at Alex here. Alex says that the difference is $410.85. So every day that Alex decides to drink is costing him $410.85. Imagine going through the rest of this year, 2026, every single day, having your charge $410.85. Not only does that money go out of your bank account, but you also get irritability, set, possible divorce not being present as well. So it's like, hey, can I please spend $410 and feel like crap and head for a divorce and lament the past and realize I'm not fulfilling my potential and drink some more and feel like crap every day. Every day you wake up, $410.85. Alex, thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate it. Alex and Kim, how does that feel for you guys? Like, what comes up for you when you kind of look at that number? And by the way, anyone else here who didn't share their number who would still like to, just in service to others, what's the number that you came up with? What's the calculation? What's the number? How much is your drinking costing you? How much money are you not making over the course of the year? If you feel comfortable to share, go ahead and type that in. I'd love to be able to, again, do the math equation and share it in service to everyone here. Alex says, if this were a matter of logical decisions, no neuroscience would be needed. Yeah. I get it. Joyce says, this is also positive and forward-looking, smart too. I already figured my cost saving. I quit for 6 months, but I'm not settled with my alcohol use. Good on you, Joyce. Thanks for sharing that. Congratulations. Appreciate that. For those of you who didn't share or who've done the math equation, maybe this is a wake-up call. It's like, oh, man, I'm spending 10. But it is designed to have you like start to ponder this and look at life a different way. Jeanette Campbell's sober. So, who am I? Why am I qualified to be teaching you this stuff? Well, you may have seen me over on Instagram. This is a video that had about 9 million views. If you're not following me on Instagram, go over there and just follow me. And there's lots of free stuff I put out there. This is my before photo. This is when I was drinking in the years before 2010 when I finally quit. Overweight, bloated. Let me stand right next to it. Which is better? Let's try it. This one. Overweight, eating crap food, tired, smoking the occasional cigarette, drinking booze, unhappy. This is a more recent photo of me. Okay, look at the difference. In 2010, I was at I was at South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas. I went out to an industry party, had 2 gin and tonics, went back to my hotel 20 minutes outside of Austin, went to sleep, and when I woke up in the morning, I looked in the mirror and I just felt and looked blah. Overweight, average, envious, not sleeping well, tired. I went next door to this IHOP. This is the hotel I was staying in. This is the IHOP next to the hotel. And I sat in this booth right here. And I looked around me and I looked outside and then I suddenly said to myself, what the hell are you doing in an IHOP? This is rock bottom for you. And I went, you know what, I just got to quit for 30 days. I got to quit drinking for 30 days. I'm not feeling good. This is when I decided to quit for what I thought would be 30 days. What happened was I went from this to this in 30 days. I dropped 13 pounds. This to this, 13 pounds fell off me just from not drinking alcohol. That's a lot. Didn't change my eating habits, didn't change anything, just stopped drinking calories. Started to feel better, look better. I auditioned to become a sports center anchor on ESPN because I had clarity and focus, and to my utter bewilderment, they gave me the job. I was like, wow, I quit drinking. I managed to apply for a job hosting the most iconic sports TV news show in the world, and I got it. They gave it to me. 2 weeks later, I was on air hosting Sports Center. There's no way I would have got that job if I was still drinking. No chance. But because I was alcohol-free, I was sleeping better. I was like, yes, I'm going to get this job. I'm going to go for it. Come on, I'm going to make this happen. I had the energy, had the clarity, had the kind of cool CEO of Tesla and electric cars. He wasn't drinking. I wasn't drinking. I'm not showing this photo to say, like, I admire him immensely or was open bar. I didn't drink anything. I drank soda water, had a wonderful time. I noticed him drinking soda water. He wasn't drinking alcohol. Shark Tank, billionaire, former owner of the Dallas Mavericks. I went to all these fancy parties. Alcohol was free, available. I didn't touch it. I got invited to speak on stages about living alcohol-free and the profound benefits that I got. I started giving to charity. I joined Arnold Schwarzenegger's after-school all-stars charity. Because I raised about $25,000, $30,000, I got an invitation to his home for his annual charity event. This is me in his kitchen. I even got to work out with him in the gym at Gold's Gym in Venice Beach. I did one set of tricep push downs with him, which was a real thrill. And then in 2015, I thought maybe I can support people quit drinking. So I created this little 30-day no alcohol challenge program. You know, I just filmed it on my iPhone 4, I think it was at the time, iPhone 5 maybe, just to help people. And then years later, over the course of the years, it's now transformed into what it is today, where we help CEOs and executives in their 40s, 50s, 60s to finally quit drinking. I've mentored a 2-time Oscar winner. I'm not allowed to tell you who this person is, but a 2-time Oscar winner came to me drinking alcohol, couldn't stop drinking. I showed them how to do it, and they're still alcohol-free. I've helped thousands, in fact, now, because I've been doing this since 2015, founders, executives, doctors, lawyers, elite performers, to remove alcohol without AA rehab labels or losing their social life. And I've interviewed neuroscientists, addiction specialists, billionaires, Navy SEALs, and Olympic athletes along the way. I share their success habits with. If you'd like to book a call with us, Mario, if you could drop a link in the chat. If you'd like to talk to us about how we can support you in our 90-day Stop Drinking program so you can learn what I learned from neuroscientists, billionaires, Navy SEALs, Olympic athletes, there's a link there that says speak with us. Go ahead and click that link. If you've already booked your call, just tell me booked the call and I'll celebrate you. This is a weird one, I even got called up to support the late Hugh Hefner at the then Playboy Mansion to stop drinking alcohol. Crazy. I'd stopped drinking alcohol, I was helping people. I got a call, can you help Mr. Hefner stop drinking? Okay. You can see here I got my BlackBerry. That's how old this photo is. But that's how long I've been helping people. That was a weird one. But I was thrilled that he was able to quit drinking in his final years. This is Eli Manning, the former New York Giants quarterback. I'm not pretending that I helped him to quit drinking. All I'm doing is showing you this photo that he was drinking water, I was drinking water. We had a conversation about drinking water, not drinking alcohol. That was cool. For those of you who are a football fan, former New York Giants Super Bowl winning quarterback. For those in Australia, this is a Melbourne Cup winning horse trainer. Again, I helped him. His name is Jack Bongiorno, big real estate guy in Australia. I helped him to quit drinking alcohol. Got invited to speak on some stages. Got invited on the Doctor's TV show, Yahoo, Dave Asprey podcast, Psychology Today wrote an article about us. Forbes magazine wrote an article about us. Elephant Journal wrote an article about us. Some lifestyle photos of me loving living alcohol-free. This is me in the Coliseum. This is in Bath in the UK. It's in Scottsdale, Arizona. Went to Burning Man Festival. Completely alcohol-free. This is in Runyon Canyon in Los Angeles. Alcohol-free for the win. Health, wealth, travel, parties, everything. No drugs, no alcohol. Loving life. This could all be for you. Speak with us. Book a call. There's a link in the chat. I go surfing. I like to ride bikes, I like to travel, and now I do it with my beautiful family. Heading off to Mexico tomorrow. This is Max Lugavere, wrote the book Genius Foods, New York Times bestseller. He wrote about me in his book. Guys, it's inevitable you will struggle with alcohol if you don't address this. I invite you, I plead with you, please address this now. Take action now. Now. By the way, I will take questions. You guys got questions over on Zoom? Please ask me a question now. You are invited to ask me a question. I'm here for you. I want to do Q&A. Listen, you might be able to generate the same income, the same ambition as a non-drinker as a drinker. But you'll have less energy, worse relationships, slower recovery, more tolerance, and more excuses. I don't want this for you. I want you to love living alcohol-free like I do. You have a question? Go ahead and type the question in. You may not be rock bottom, but there's something worse than rock bottom, and that is a slow erosion over time of self-respect. Maybe the next week. I read a book called Outwitting the Devil. And he says that the biggest problem to man, to human beings, is, can I get you a drink? It's the waiter who says, hello, sir, hello, ma'am, can I get you started with a drink from the drinks menu? He may as well be saying, hello, sir, hello, ma'am, can I get you started with 10 pounds of unwanted body fat, with some regret and shame in the morning? By the way, I'm just going to change my microphone here because I'm going to take my coat off because I'm a little bit hot. Excuse me, everyone. Let's put that there. If that's starting to shake up, please let me know, okay? I mean, what I'm saying is if it starts to rub against my shirt and it becomes a distraction, will you let me know and I'll change back? Okay. The smiling assassin here. Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. Can I get you started with a glass of attractively packaged poison? Would you like some regret? Would you like your kids not to talk to you tomorrow? That's essentially what they're offering you when they offer you attractively packaged poison. And we go to the bar and we're all smiling. Hey, you want a drink? Have a drink. Hey, can I get you a drink? And we're all smiling as we drink this poison. And it's false marketing, guys. The marketing has us believe that we need wine to create romance. We have to have wine. God forbid that we would create romance without it. That we need to drink a bud with the boys while we're watching the NFL playoffs that are going on at the moment. Oh, let's have a couple of buds. Let's watch my Denver Broncos play the Buffalo Bills this Saturday in the AFC. And I'm not sure who your team is. If you're an NFL fan, tell me who your team is. Go ahead and type it in. My team are the Broncos. Suddenly we're the top seed in the AFC. I don't know how that happened. It's been 10 years of pain. But suddenly we're like one of the Super Bowl favorites. Who's your team? Julie's a Seahawks fan. Oh, the Seahawks. Seahawks beat us in the Super Bowl in New York many years ago. I was at that game. That was terrible. Ugh, that was the worst. Fred is a Pats fan. I was at the Pats-Giants game when Eli Manning threw that Hail Mary and the receiver caught the ball on the helmet. I was right behind the post where that happened, and then sadly the Giants got up to win. I'm very sorry to bring that up, Fred. I know that must cause you pain and suffering. Broncos! Joyce. Joyce says, would you please give us an insight to how the process works? Meetings with advisors, time commitment, what is the average amount of time that a person continues to working with you? Thanks, Joyce. People only have to be on at least 2 of them. Okay, so you've got a minimum requirement, you've got to be on 2 90-minute Zoom calls per week for the 12 weeks that you're with us. But there's 12 available. So it doesn't matter if you're in a different time zone, you have to skip a meeting, something's come up, you can't do it, you can do another one, right? There's about 100 clients that we have at any one time. We also put you in a community where you engage, and we encourage you to meet other people. A lot of people do networking, make friends, make allies, okay? And then I'll send you a little 5-minute video each day of some training, some of the community that made friends, allies. I referenced before, I'm going to Mexico tomorrow to go and join a group of friends that I've been in for 13 years. If you join us, I'd love for you to hang out with me and be my friend for 13 years. This is not like, oh, I do 90 days and I solve this problem and then I'm done. It can be, and we're definitely going to get you there. But my hope for you is that you go, oh, 90 days, this feels amazing. I want to keep going with this guy. I don't mind this guy's Australian accent. I'll hang out with him a bit longer. Then we get to create. What are we going to create in your life? What do you truly desire? Hope that helps. Joyce, I don't know if you're a Broncos fan or you're just trying to be the teacher's pet and just say, Broncos, just so I go, I'm a big fan of yours, Joyce. But I am a bit. That's rehab. It's not free, but it's not hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's enough for you to value it. It's enough for you to pay attention, because when you pay attention. It's enough to exclude and keep people out who are not the demographic. It's enough to keep people out who aren't serious, but it's enough to have a symbol of seriousness and to call you to a higher power. When you pay attention. You value what you invest your time and your focus and your money in. It's already costing you $150,000 not to do this. It's costing Kim, I think, $10,000 in the example that she shared. I had a woman who graduated last year. She graduated last week. She said that she made $3.2 million in the 1 year that she was alcohol-free. She works in, she has a commission job, obviously, and I think she makes television commercials for pharmaceutical companies, and she gets commissions, or she makes her commission based on how many companies she brings to bring. I'm not sure exactly, but she said that she made $3.1 or $3.2 million in the year that she was with us not drinking alcohol. So again, I invite you, it doesn't matter so much what it costs you to go and do this coaching, it's what it costs you not to do it. Because there's a cost of action and there's a cost of inaction. And most people, if you're on this call, have not been taking appropriate action or any action at all. There is a cost to that. And it's not financial. That might not be the main goal, but one of the main goals might be finances. The other main goal might be divorce. How much does a divorce cost you? Well, if you've got assets of $1 million and you're going to split it, the getting a divorce is going to cost you $500,000. So it costs you $500,000 not to do this. So my invitation to those folks who are saying, how much does this cost, is to do what I call a flipperoonie and start asking yourself, how much does it cost not to do this? Joyce actually is a real Broncos fan. Joyce lives in the Colorado Mountains. You're not just a teacher's pet, Joyce. You're amazing. Fellow Broncos fan. I love that. False marketing is we put good-looking people in a tuxedo and we associate it with champagne. A very clever marketer at a champagne company decades ago said, how are we going to sell this piss? How are we going to sell this flavored urine? How are we going to sell this bubbly water? And someone said, I know, let's get very famous people, put them in elegant, sophisticated clothing, we'll create a cool, sleek glass, and we'll associate champagne with celebration, sophistication, and elegance. Then we'll put it in a fancy bottle like this, in a gold bottle. We'll create this thing where we'll shake it up. We'll have people drinking champagne at weddings. We'll have it like be the epitome of sophistication, elegance, and celebration. It's still piss. It's still toxins. It's still poison. It's just attractively packaged poison. The truth is, alcohol is a poison. It's toxic to the body. It takes 7 to 10 days in most cases for the body to rid itself of all the toxins. It raises the risk of breast cancer in women. It lowers testosterone levels in men, causes libido issues in the bedroom, kills your brain cells, restricts your brain growth, leads to a leaky gut, causes you to gain weight, gives you a fatty liver, underperforming kidneys, high blood pressure. But wait, isn't a glass of wine a day good for your heart health? I saw all those studies. Turns out no. Professor Tim Stockwell from Canada's Victoria University studied 107 previously published studies on studies claiming that a glass of wine was good for your health. And what he found was that almost all of those studies were either skewed or biased. In other words, when you dig in, what he found was that all these studies claiming a drink of wine is good for you actually had links back to big alcohol. Some alcohol lobby group was funding it. They dictated who was on the study group. They influenced the results. It is a nonsense. World Health Organization came out 3 years ago and said 0 amount of alcohol is what they recommend. Okay? A beer, same calories as a slice of pizza. Large Pinot Grigio white wine, same calories as a chocolate donut. Destroys your sleep, messes with your skin, causes unwanted body fat, messes with your skin, causes unwanted body fat. Okay? There's a lot of problems there. If you'd like some support with this, go ahead and book a call. Questions? I'm not seeing any questions. Oh, sorry, that's not true. Joyce asked a question. Thank you for your question, Joyce. Any other questions? And let me just go over here to Instagram at the moment, and I'll give someone here an opportunity. Anyone got a question over here on Instagram? How you guys doing? Anyone got a question over on Zoom or on YouTube or Facebook? Go ahead and ask a question. I will answer it in real time. Let's see what we got here. Who here? We've got Peter Sadler. We've got Sean Sims. We've got Natasha Iza. We've got Chani. We've got Keith Jap, Trisno Zafina, Red on 7-Eleven Sim. We got what do we got over here? Questions coming in over on. Have we got any questions coming in over on Facebook? Hey JRD, nice to see you. We got Bundeswal. We got lots of people coming over here. No one's asking a question, at least over on Instagram. Hey, Leo, nice to see you. Hey, Hillary. Hey, Setchavivas. Such interesting Instagram handle names over here. I would love to take some questions. If you guys have got any questions on how to quit, how to stay quit, anything about Project 90, anything about our community, I'm here for you. And we'll go over a little bit of neuroscience here in just a moment, and then we'll head for home. But has anyone got a question? All right. Jason Snooks, welcome. Great to have you here. Okay, Bliss Dawson. How do you support someone who doesn't admit their drinking is an issue? The best way you can support someone is just to be the best example that you can be. So you love living alcohol-free. Have them see you smiley, happy. If you try to persuade someone with words, most of the time there'll probably be resistance. But if you can just be the best representation of an alcohol-free lifestyle, sooner or later they will come around. Now, you can encourage your loved one to listen to our podcast, for example. We have a podcast in Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's called the Alcohol-Free Lifestyle Podcast. I have a YouTube channel. You can go over to YouTube, Alcohol-Free Lifestyle YouTube channel. I've got a Facebook page, Alcohol-Free Lifestyle. Go ahead and type in Alcohol-Free Lifestyle and my name, James Swanwick. And you can share that. I've got free stuff all over the internet. So you can gently share that with your loved one. But the best way is to just be the best representation that you can be. Be happy, be healthy, have your friend or your loved one see you being healthy and happy. And they have to inspire themselves to change. You can't do it for you. Well, I mean, you can, but it's challenging in my experience. I hope this helps. Can you do it as a couple? Chris Bullard. Yes, we have lots of couples. Maria, could you please... Chris, likewise, actually, if you're here, guys, on Instagram, if the link's not working, you can't find it, and you do want to that, and I will send the link for you there. But yes, we do couples who go through the program together. Jadran Sober will be back, has a big question. All right, what's the big question? So Maria has just put the link in there. It says speak with us. Now I realize I don't think you can click on it and it opens up. You might have to copy and paste or write it down. But essentially, if you go to stopdrinkingworkshop.com/apply-pre-n, that should probably take you in. Trollodalo Maria is saying, please can I book a call? Could you please support by sending him or her, I think it's a lovely her, a link. Hey Sean, good afternoon, sir. And anyone else, there is a link there in the chat, okay? So let's have a look over here on Zoom. Joy says, I'm curious what the real magic is in continuing to not drink alcohol. I realize there is no magic. There is magic. I'm going to show you some. Well, magic depends on what your definition of magic is, but I'm going to tell you what has been effective, okay? And by the way, on Instagram, Maria has just dropped the link there. And if you want to just message her directly if you need clarification. What? Is this neuroscience? Yes, it is. I'm going to show you. Because when you're trying to stop drinking alcohol, you're saying to yourself, don't drink, I shouldn't drink, I have to quit, I'm quitting. And what do you focus on? You focus on drink, quitting, and quitting. It's very hard for the human brain and the mind to understand a negative command. Don't do this. You end up doing that very thing. You guys ever been skiing down a mountain and you're going, don't fall over, don't steer towards the trees? And what do? You fall over or you steer towards the trees. Do not think about a pink elephant. Okay, open your eyes. I submit most of you thought about a pink elephant, even though I just told you not to think about a pink elephant. Why did you do that? Because you were telling yourself what not to do, and it's almost impossible not to do that very thing because you're focusing on the thing not to do. So if we go back here, you guys are saying, don't drink, I shouldn't drink, I got to quit, I'm quitting. You're focusing on what not to do, and then you end up doing that same thing. Whereas if you tell yourself what you will do, then it becomes easier, becomes simpler. This is behavioral psychology. This is neuroscience. But it takes you understanding how the brain works and how the brain functions for you to get it. Okay? I easily only drink lots of water. Notice I'm not saying I drink lots of water. I easily. Because if I tell myself that something's easy, then I will behave in a way that makes it easy. and I just tend to do it. But if I say, ugh, I have to drink lots of water, now it feels really hard. Something I have to do, it's like an obligation. Now I've got resistance. Our language is so important. When we change our language, we can change our life. Okay? Now, designing our environment. Again, this is neuroscience. This is designing our environment to support us. Anyone read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear? This is me interviewing James Clear. He's one of our coaches in our program. He came in, recorded 2 modules for us. We now use that as part of our curriculum. He sold 15 million books. And what he says is, you've got to remove the steps between you and the good behavior. And the bad behavior in your home is that you have a liquor cabinet, you've got beer posters, you've got wine glasses, you've got corkscrews. You have a shrine to alcohol in your home. And when you're trying to not drink alcohol, visibly seeing alcohol in your home makes it more likely that you're going to drink alcohol. Wine glasses, corkscrews, liquor cabinets. Instead, he says, increase the steps between you and the bad behavior. Replace it with water, filtered water, flowers, which have got health and vitality. This is all neuroscience. This is examples of a couple of tiny little things here that we can do, that we walk our clients through, which is understanding how the human mind works, understanding behavior, focusing on the language we use, designing our homes in a way that supports our alcohol-free lifestyle. Living alcohol-free is fun. Comes down to 7% what you say and 93% how you say it. Now, I've been saying a whole bunch of words, but I haven't just been saying words. I've been like walking back and forward. I'm like raising my voice. I'm bringing it down. I'm speeding up. I'm slowing down. So all of that is influencing you. It's influencing your behavior, right? And some of you are being influenced by this and going, wow, this is good. I think I might book a call. Wow, I think I am going to quit drinking. As opposed to if I was just here going, well, we should book a call and this is interesting. So to influence people, it's 93% how you say it. It's only 7% what you say, 93% how you say it. But when you are walking around going, I need to drink, I have to quit, oh, quitting drinking's hard, you're persuading people who are observing you that drinking is hard. And it's like, go on, just have one, you'll be fine. Live a little, come on, you're fine. You don't have a problem. But it's my birthday, but it's our wedding anniversary. We have to have a drink. Instead, we put on our George Clooney grin and we go, oh, I love sparkling water. I'm not drinking at the moment. Oh, I'm good with water for now. Someone says, why aren't you drinking? I'm like, smash this. I'm going to swing from the rafters tonight. We have fun. We make fun of ourselves. We're lighthearted about it. And when we do that, people don't then start trying to encourage us to drink. Lighthearted, we're happy. We're telling ourselves that we're happy and lighthearted by just being nonchalant about the fact that we're not drinking. But many of us are walking around going, oh, I'm sober, people are going to judge me, they're going to think I'm an alcoholic, oh, I can't do this, this is so hard. When you understand the neuroscience, when you understand human behavior, when you understand what drives people to think the way they think, to behave the way they behave, and to get the actions that they get, we make some subtle changes, and we do it in a like-minded community with expert coaches and people like James Clear, who wrote Atomic Habits, who gives us the formula for changing our habits and having them stick. We put them in a like-minded group of people. We're playful. Change happens. Having fun while being alcohol-free reduces your desire for alcohol on a deep psychological level. Feeling like this is hard, challenging, tough, nightmare, struggling, you will stay stuck. That's why AA is ineffective. That's why willpower is ineffective. Because you guys aren't having fun. It's something you need to do, have to do, instead of it's something you get to do. You get to live alcohol-free. You get to love this life. You get to have fun. I'm an example of that. If this is picking up what I'm putting down, and you haven't yet booked a call, book a call. Hey, Louise McCarthy, living alcohol-free is the best decision I ever made. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. It's true freedom if you get your thoughts in order. Good luck, everyone. Amazing, Louise. Thank you so much. Nobody cares that you don't drink alcohol. Nobody cares. But we're walking around thinking that people do. They're all walking around thinking about themselves, worried about what other people think of them. Love living alcohol-free. Celebrate the fact you're alcohol-free. Share with people you're alcohol-free. Get the help, get the support, and then I promise you, you'll be out there going, oh, I love living alcohol-free. It's the best. You're not so... All of this language is keeping you stuck. It's ineffective. If you could have quit drinking using those traditional modalities, alcohol, anything else that isn't alcohol. So simple. Treatment centers have a reported less than 5% success rate. Willpower and white knuckling. On the Super Bowl, I won't drink a thing, I'll just finish dry Jack. Guys, stop making deals with yourself. Stop glorifying alcohol. It's as a walking around like if you don't drink that you're suffering, you're in a prison, that you're experiencing pain, that you're dull, that you're going to have to lock yourself. Thanks for the call. My best years have been alcohol-free. I'm working on booking. Amazing, Jennifer. Tell me a little bit more about you. What do you do professionally? What age are you? Why do you want to do this? I'd love to know if you feel comfortable to share. Thanks for being here, Jennifer. There's a few little silent people who have been kind of lurking in the background, not commenting, and then finally they come in, they say something. I think that's Jennifer. Welcome, Jennifer. I'm so happy that you don't want to go to inpatient or outpatient treatment. It costs you 150 grand, and you get out and then you drink again, you go back. What are you going to do? Spend another 50 grand, go to a cheaper one? You might have insurance. Insurance covers some of it, not all of it. You might end up being 50 grand out of pocket. And still with the stress and still having to use willpower and still having to go back. Style. It's the best. Maria just dropped a link down there. That's where you can book a call. If you want to do this, book a call. Jennifer's a Packer fan. Ugh, the worst. Just joking, Jennifer. Dealt with alcohol since college. Most people have. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate that. In Wisconsin, Packers beat the Steelers. Was it? No, they're in the NFC. The Packers are 3 months or 6 months, and that's great, well done. But then the slippery slope is very slippery, and you'll have a drink because you feel like you're in a prison, and then the slippery slope will slowly but surely, or very quickly, you'll return to the same level of drinking that inspired you to join me on this very call in the first place. Do not try to do it on your own is my suggestion. Please get a coach. We have coaches here at Project 90. We support executives, entrepreneurs, business owners, mostly in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, intelligent people who've tried lots of other ways and failed. The pain is too much. They want to commit to doing this the right way. Please do it the right way. No more of this. I don't want this for you. I don't want this for any of you. It sucks. It's painful. It doesn't have to be this hard. Again, ineffective methods, AA, treatment centers, doing it on your own, willpower, motivation, moderation, effective. Take a screenshot, take a photo, coaching, kind of community, appropriate accountability, fun, and skin in the game. It's got to feel fun, or we have at Project 90. Okay, again, the University of Washington scientifically tested our Project 90-day stop drinking process. If you want to go and read up about it, go to alcoholfreelifestyle.com/study. They did this in 2022. The study results are there. Okay, university scientific study studied our 90-day stop drinking process. It resulted in a 98% reduction in drinking. This path here is where you're going. Take a different action. Life's glorious on the other side. Maria, put a link there in the chat. Book a call. Okay? All right. If you do this, I promise you, the likelihood is that you will have way more connection, more money, lose 20 pounds, add 50 or 100K income every year, feel more present. You'll feel freedom, higher performance. Don't do it, the opposite may happen. Can't guarantee it, but the opposite may happen. This is what our clients share with us that they get when they live alcohol-free. These are just some stock footage photos just to represent kind of like who you might like to aspire to. Lean, healthy, fit, happy guy. Connected relationship. You might be single now. You desire a romantic relationship. When you're feeling good about you, you will attract someone who feels good about you. Healthy, fit, traveling, joy, connection. Maybe you want to scale your business, have outstanding relationships, create deep impact, create an amazing connected family. Maybe you want to build a legacy. All of that is possible when you consistently live alcohol-free, not just dry January 2026 or sober October. No, I mean consistently alcohol-free. Don't you want to feel better, look better, perform better, join other high performers like-minded entrepreneurs who are quitting alcohol? All this is you. If you're on the fence, get off. Otherwise, you'll get a sore bum, I should say. We'll put the link there. Book a call with us. Our team will speak with you. Private and confidential. There's no obligation. You might want to learn how we might be able to support you. We'll hear about your unique situation, see if it's for you. Go ahead, schedule a call. Here are some happy people who were on a call much like you about 4 or 5 years ago, because I've been doing these types of calls now for 4 or 5 years. These are people who joined. These are people who got success. Now it's your turn. Does your couples one work with one alcohol troubled and one not? No, the alcohol troubled person will be the one to go through the program. However, we have a partner of the partner client program, which you are welcome to go through. There's no charge for that for the partner, to best support your partner as he or she goes through the process. Unless, of course, you also commit to being alcohol-free for those 90 days. And if so, we can take you as a couple. No problems at all. But again, just for clarity on that, go ahead and schedule a call and our team will explain that for you, okay, and answer any additional questions. Jennifer, thanks for the question. Here are some more very happy, excited people who've gone through this process. Now it's your turn. This might be for you if you are committed to creating an alcohol-free lifestyle. If you see quitting alcohol as an investment in your future, in your health, relationships, productivity, personal growth, if you're willing to be a student and do things the right way, which is our way at AFL, and you're ready to start now, please don't flood our team with like, maybe I'll do it next year, or now. When is the best time to take action? It's time to plant a tree. Yesterday. Now. When was the best time to buy real estate in South Florida? 20 years ago. When's the next best time? Now. Now. Stop waiting for the perfect time and take now and make it perfect. It's not for you. We're not for you. If you want free support and advice, we've already gone over this. Free support and advice you can get at AA. Go to AA and stay stuck. It's free. Go and listen to another YouTube channel, listen to a podcast. It's free. Free don't work. Free is ineffective. You need to make a symbol of seriousness. And that is your time, your focus, your enrollment, your attention, your money, the sacrifice that you're making in order. The symbol of seriousness is you saying, I'm ready to do this. If you just want to moderate your drinking, unless you go 90 days first, it's not for you. I'm not here to help you moderate, unless you go through 90 days first, okay? If you're uncoachable, you're stubborn, you don't want to do it our way, not for you. If you're not ready and willing and able to invest in this, you want to stay in the same, not for you, okay? So, look, that's fine. There's different ways to live life. You do you. I'm offering you a potentially better way to do you. And if you feel like this has spoken to you, you feel in alignment with this, we've been on the call now for 2 hours and 7 minutes. I've been walking back and forth. I wonder how many steps I've got. I have to check my Oura ring from all these steps back and forth. Then this is your final opportunity, at least on this call, to book a call. Maria's dropped the link there. You can click on that link. So guys, thank you so much for being with us here today. I appreciate you spending the time. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of that. If you did, go ahead and drop me a link. I'd love to get some feedback. You can just tell me in the comments there on Zoom. If you booked a call, tell me that you booked a call. and I'll celebrate you here just in the final minute here. And really appreciate you guys for making the time. And I really acknowledge and admire you for making the time, because you could have spent 2 hours doing anything else, and you did 2 hours with me, or 2 hours and 7 minutes as I walked back and forth, getting my step count up, because you are making a commitment to your health, to your family. That already tells me that you're in the top 1%, that you're a leader, that you're willing to take action to lead your family, to lead yourself, to feel amazing, to feel connected, to save your marriage, to avoid a divorce, to live longer, better, not just longer, but better, to love living health, wealth, love, and happiness, like I've been experiencing since 2010, and like thousands of our clients have since 2015. We help 1,200 clients a year. I've helped 7,000 personally since 2015. I'd love to support you. Come and be my friend, come and be my ally, meet other people, have fun, but it does take a symbol of seriousness. It takes a big step. Time, money, focus. And I know it's not easy, but we're not going to drag you up. We're going to hold out our hand and say, hey, I invite you to take our hand and step up. And if you're willing to do that, we're going to be here to support you. We're going to show you your blind spots. We're going to put you in a group of amazing people, and we're going to finally get you to break free from alcohol so you can live an amazing alcohol-free lifestyle. So thank you so much. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to say goodbye for now. Thanks for joining us on Instagram. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. Thanks for joining Zoom. We'll see you on the next one.